I have returned,
I am
and we will continue with the legendary playthrough of von Carstein. Now, my immediate situation is okay. You know, I've got a province at least. I'm not going to have a rebellion immediately for at least another few turns, 4, so that's okay. Corruption's rapidly going up, so we're doing alright in that situation. Probably going to destroy this cemetery. Don't really need it. So I can just raise dead what I need for troops at this point. Gets me a little bit of money. Same with destroying this thing here in Schwarzhafen. I notice that Mannfred von Carstein here has already declared war on Templehof, which means he's making his move, which suggests to me that I need to hustle up if I want to get my share of the spoils. So,
Vlad von Carstein.
Vlad von Carstein here and co. We're going to head over and immediately launch our attack on Templehof.
I am unstoppable.
In theory. Hopefully good things happen to me. I might even be able to take Castle Templehof next turn. That would be a bonus. And then grab Fort Oberstyre. Mannfred's still hanging out down here for some reason, which means he's not immediately taking over like Essen or Templehof or something, so that sounds desirable for me. I'm going to end the turn and we'll see what happens. Hopefully none of these human factions decide to immediately invade me, because that would be balls. Alright. Well, the Templehof faction, Zelig von Kruger, he offered me a non-aggression pact in the time between turns there. Obviously they can see what's coming. They won't save them, but they can see what's coming. Can I reach Templehof this turn? Oh, that's actually probably not going to be a thing, is it? That's fine. I can grab Oberstyre this turn and then move on from there. Mannfred moved his armies back east, no surprise there, since I presume he's going to want to fight Templehof and, you know, grab the spoils before I can. I'm going to grab a bit of public order here in Württemberg. Seems like the thing to do. I'll probably end up having to move back and destroy the rebellion in Württemberg in a few turns. But for now, I need to be able to take Templehof. Fortunately, as I say, can he reach it? It's going to be difficult, to say the least. Well,
Greetings. Let us not waste our...
yes, yes.
Fellow beatless hearts, let us discuss the destruction of the living, yes?
No, we're not going to discuss the destruction of living. But we are going to discuss the destruction of Templehof. Hopefully, involving you paying me money to do the thing I would do anyway. This is the correct pact to make, indeed. Can't argue with you on that point. Alright, I won't be able to make it through anyway because of the garrison in the way. That's just fine with me, though.
Massacre them!
Yes, massacring them was on the agenda.
Champion of the Dark.
We'll move Mr. Vlad in. Raise some more zombies.
Bring them death!
That seems fairly auto-calcable. The odds are fairly significantly in my favor. I might lose some zombies, but, you know. One of the things I'm severely not worried about is losing some zombies. I need some money, though, so while I do want to occupy this place, I will loot it as well.
Death and destruction!
Grab some sweet items, level up some characters,
Of light.
devour some light. I could take Cloud of Horror here. The movement speed might not be bad. At the same time, though, I do want to get Vlad at least passable magic. It's just probably grab, you know, level 2 Invocation, Raise Dead, grab Curse of Undeath. Just some basic spells so he at least can function on his own as a powerful caster.
I am invincible.
Actually, he can reach that this turn. His army won't actually be good enough to take it, of course. That would be a tall order indeed. But that's alright. Alright. We'll get level 2 Invocation for Isabella. Reduce the mana cost, always nice. Level up our vampire heroes, who now have like 84 attack and over 500 damage. Oh, it's glorious. Oh, in the meantime, what if I move him here?
Sleep is for the living.
If I can go into channeling stance,
Bend to my will.
I might get extra magic during my attack on Templehof. Hopefully they don't move a big army there, that would be obnoxious. They may, and if they do that, there's not much I can do about it.
King of darkness.
Oh hey, I can just grab some skeletons. Well, there's no good reason not to, really. I have to win this battle coming up. I think that's about all I want to do here, unless I want to make something in Schwarzhafen. I suppose I could improve my public order building. Give me a bit more money. I'm not, like, in dire straits here. Although certainly having a decent garrison in Schwarzhafen would do much to dissuade both Averland and especially Jufbar. We're just a bar of Juf, but they'll probably attack me at some point. Mannfred's no doubt pleased I attacked them, so my relations with him are increasingly increasing. Yes, that's what I said.
I refuse.
My stock is superior. I do not wish to taint it with inferior pawns. Right. Sadly, in my previous experience, Mannfred's never very big on confederating. We'll see, though. I will end the turn here and continue my invasion post-haste. Alright, my good friend Lutz Bergmera has returned from being passed up for Vlad. I've got a rebellion here in 2 turns. That's okay. My money situation continues to dwindle, but that's alright. As long as I keep taking things, I should be able to keep it under control. Templehof did not reinforce this area, meaning that I now have the opportunity to attack it immediately. Von Carstein.
Blood! Bring them death!
I'll raise a bunch of fodder just to take this place, and then I need the money, I can disband it all later. No big deal. I might be able, if Mannfred doesn't think I'm going to attack him because I'm busy attacking Templehof, or he moves his army out of Drakenhof. It only has a garrison of 14 right now. They haven't had a chance to upgrade it much yet. So a quick and decisive thrust could knock Mannfred out before he even knows what's happening. And if we're going to become Vampire Emperor and take over Altdorf, well, we certainly will need a strong base, which Drakenhof provides. It's got a gold mine, it's got my sweet unique building, it's got a whole bunch of stuff I want.
Massacre them!
In the meantime, let's massacre them!
All shall perish!
Alright. That's it. A few skeletons and some zombies. Actually, I don't think I need to play this out at all. Easy enough. Accept the loss in zombies, loot and occupy, deal with the rebellion. Province secured. Well, that's just super. Alright, we've got Isabella leveling up, so I can get her Curse of Undeath. Her magic's in a good spot now.
The Von Carstein.
Vlad is also leveled up. We'll do the same thing with him, work on that magic tree to start with. And then, alright. So, Mannfred has his army still in base. They've got, what, some Grave Guard, some Ghouls, some Vargeists. It's not like a massively powerful garrison,
All shall know
but
me
we'll need to
and
approach this
tremble.
carefully. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, Mannfred will move his army out to take Eschen. That would be
Yes.
certainly the most preferable option. I don't know if I can actually reach this next turn. Shoot, I don't think I can.
King
Well,
of darkness.
as much as that sucks, I may need to go back and deal with my severe problems here. I could do Repress Mortals, and then that'll be done next turn, give me +3. That'll put my money situation into severe strain, But that aside, I should be okay.
Vlad von Carstein.
Minus 13, that'll put it at 97. 9 plus 3 is 6. So if I untax it, it'll go to 9. I'll get it down to 6. Then if I do repress mortals, it'll go down to minus 2. Yeah, I'll need to undo it at least for this turn. Well, let's see what happens. I'll just say I have to hope that Mannfred brings his army out of there, because I don't fancy an assault with an extra army in there. That might be a bridge too far. As powerful as Vlad and Isabella are, you never know, they might actually be able to do something ridiculous, but in the meantime, still can't afford to spend much here with my increasingly difficult issues. Okay. Could always just increase. Yeah, I think I'll just harvest corpses here. I could use the money. Alright. Quite so, Vlad. It's interesting. I feel like the fate of our campaign could be decided in the next few turns. Because the fact is, we really need Drakenhof. We only have a few turns to take it, considering our monetary situation is somewhat dire. Okay, end the turn. Well, the situation is somewhat difficult. There's been a few wars around me which I think bolster my odds. Specifically, Talabakland north of me here and Ostland up to the north have declared war. So hopefully that keeps them away from me. Ostermark to my northeast has declared war on Templehof. Not really a surprise. And Talabakland has also declared war on Ostermark. So hopefully, while they're busy with those wars, we don't get attacked. No, Mannfred has declined to move his armies out of his base, which is difficult for us, since we really need to take Drakenhof soon, especially considering our increasingly dire monetary situation. We could delay long enough just to take Eschen. That is a possibility. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad plan.
Unstoppable.
It is night.
But an attack on
Darkness comes.
Mannfred now,
Good
I might be able to win,
The true von Carstein.
because their army is not all that strong. The strongest thing their army is willing to be the 4 units of Graveguard there. But I've got some vampires, and my main characters are further leveled than his are. I
I hunger.
don't know if Mannfred
I'll
has
take
hunger.
Sigmar's throne.
No, he doesn't have the hunger. Put his points in character skills, but something else. Interesting. Well,
Thine right is
an immediate attack would also have the benefit of ceasing his recruitment, since neither of these armies would be able to recruit. So it might well be worth it. Well, I can demolish the cemetery and the sinister copse. That'll give me a stay of execution on my monetary issues.
Bow.
But yeah, I might have to do it, to be honest with you. I think I can win this fight. It won't be easy, but with all the vampire characters I have, and Isabella and such, I might well be able to pull it off, because they have a lot of reinforcements. So if we can pick one of their armies off too, you know, it might be a good spot. It'll be difficult for sure. And then it also gives Templehof a chance to get back on their feet. But we really need to do something here in a hurry.
Champion of the dark.
And if it's not this, I don't know what it is in truth. If we wait a turn, they get stronger. Alright.
Sylvania greets thee, friend.
You, what? Who dares disturb my great works?
Well, I could actually make peace with these guys, funnily enough. I don't know if I actually want to do that, considering, but yeah.
Greeting.
How about Confederation?
Insolence.
Alas, I must refuse. No, I didn't think you would accept.
You need me?
Alright, well, screw it. Why not?
Fellow beatless hearts, let us discuss the destruction of the living, yes?
No, I'm here for a somewhat different purpose. War with us. You think that wise? Well, I'm not sure it's actually wise, but I see little option. Much like Karl Franz.
All shall perish.
Yeah, they've got a whole lot of garbage, don't they? Oh, they have that Vargolf in Mannfred's army. It's gonna be tough for sure. But you never know. They might well pull it off. Such things, crazier things have happened.
Annihilate them!
The von Carstein.
I can raise an extra unit too. Why not, right? Hopefully the money I get from demolishing will successfully get me out of this situation. I can hold off that rebellion for a little bit, but not long. And I can't tax it either. So I just need to get like 500 or so from this stuff. Just to tell me how much I get. Oh, it gives me 600. Okay, that'll be good enough.
Shed their blood!
Should it come down to it. Start the battering ram up so we can at least launch an assault next turn if they don't attack. Although, I fully expect them to launch an attack on me. That would be the logical thing. What's magic like? Well, we both have the reserve of 60, so I'll probably want Isabella to do most of my casting, just to get the most out of my magic. Okay, well,
Blood!
nothing for it now. We're committed. Alright. Gonna end the turn. I'm aware of my low funds, thank you. Alright, let's do it. Why not? To no one's particularly great surprise, Mannfred has decided to launch an assault against me. So he'll have 2 reinforcing armies. If I can pull this one off, I will be in a fairly secure situation. But it won't be easy. My one saving grace is that Mannfred hasn't had any time to level up yet. Neither has his second general. And I do have my Undying Love buff. So Isabella and Vlad are going to be terrifying monsters in comparison to most. Well, let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? Okie dokie, here we go. Let's gamble. We're lower on the end. Ronald is with me, apparently. I had no idea he was so into vampire on vampire civil wars. So just one reinforcement location behind me, so I assume both those armies are coming from there. Which means that Mannfred is going to be stuck between me and Vlad. Huh. Okay. Well, why don't we use the zombies to do exactly what it is zombies are best at, and that is be a speed bump. I'll put the zombies here just to slow them down. Hopefully they get exhausted and spend at least some time fighting, then I'll give my real units who actually do damage. Well, congratulations, skeletons. I'm now referring to you as a real unit that does damage. We'll see how that goes.
Vampire!
We'll need to rapidly deal with Mannfred and his Vargulf if we're to win this. Then we got Black Knights, yeah, alright, perfect. So our main army here. Black Knights, Bats, Vargeists. Alright. We'll have to be swift and decisive. And then hopefully these zombies don't bite it too fast. Which is a tall order for sure. But you never know. Do your best, you mindless puppets, you. Okay, let's begin. Move! Wipe those spell bats out. Let's get Vlad moving. Move the Black Knights up. All our vampiresses should all go after the Vargulf. Wipe it out, hopefully. Vlad and friends, get your guys moving as fast as you can. Alright, here we go. Ghouls head straight in. Attack. Indeed. And the Black Knights after the Ghouls, that's probably the most favorable matchup I could hope for. Let's get the healing going. Can beguile the Vargulf, won't be able to do much here. Increase our magic regen. Send in the Skeleton Spearman against the Vargulf too, probably be a good idea. As for these zombies, well, they don't stand a chance, but as long as you slow the enemy down a bit, I'm okay with it. Alright, how's this going? After them! Oh, Mannfred's making his daring escape, is he? Like, sucker. Okay. Looks all good to me. You destroy those bats that you have? Perfect. Okay. Let's hit these ghouls in the rear. Vlad's moving in as well. Let's heal the Black Knights a bit would be a good idea, I feel. See if you can't kill Mannfred here, please. How's that going? Back off a bit. Seems to be going just fine. Hit those Vargeists, please. Meanwhile, let's hit that unit in the rear. Looks like the zombies are done for. No surprise there. They try their best. That's all you can ask them, right?
It is done.
Right. Well, Black Knights, you did your best. Can't complain. Here, don't let these Vargeists get away. We really need to kill Mannfred here. Here, don't let that son of a bitch get away.
Your desire?
Vargeist, or the Vulgarif is dead, so now we can bog Mannfred down in our infantry and send the rest of our vampires after him. As for the rest of our zombies, I'd like to put them in front if possible. And have the enemy fight them first, so they're exhausted. Meanwhile, some sort of incredible aerial battle is occurring here. Well, let's get a healing going. Maybe beguile some of the Vargeists.
Die! Vampire!
Die indeed. Is that guy dead yet? Give it up, Mannfred. He's attempting to make a daring escape, it looks like. Not with much success, mind. Get back here, you coward. Perfect. Well done indeed.
It is done. At
Right,
once.
with her dead, we can send our vampires after the ghouls here. What else is going on? Let's bring our skeletons into full focus here. Alright. So we want the zombies to be up front. Have them take the first attacks so that the rest of our army can fight an exhausted foe. So we'll pull the ghouls back a bit here. Did we win the aerial battle yet? Kind of. I don't see any enemy flyers. No, I think we did it. Perfect. So now we can move into a position to hit them in the rear with that. Alright, zombies, move up and engage. Spearmen are crumbling. Well, that's alright. Not the end of the world. Move our vampiresses up to get a bunch of kills. Vlad, how you doing? Well, I want you to go engage the enemy. I see they have some dire wolves moving around the flank. That's okay. Okay, let's move the skeletons and ghouls around the flank. If the zombies can hold the center, we should be able to mob them fairly effectively on the flanks here. Although it's always awkward. Vampire and vampire fights are a terrible grind. But on the plus side, if the Graveguard get exhausted fighting zombies, that means exhausted units lose armor, and exhausted units lose armor-piercing damage. So, and elite units in general suffer more from vigor loss than non-elite units. Let's get you guys out of there, please. Can you guys mob their general? He only has 15 armor. You might be able to hurt him. That'd be funny. Otto von Carlsbruck. Of course, he has regeneration baseline, just being a Strigar Ghoul King. That's okay, though. Let's heal our Vargeists and use some beguilement on these Graveguard. Let's hit these guys in the rear with the ghouls. They should crumble, in theory. Alright, let's send the ghouls around the flank. What's going on out here? Oh, zombies are fighting Black Knights. I think that combat favors me, in truth.
Yes.
Although, it's just the same. Let's get some healing in there. Alright, that seems to be going just fine. Ghouls, can you break the Black Knights free? Thank you. As for you two units, let's get you around the flank. How's this combat going? Oh yeah, they're crumbling. Very good.
Excellent.
Let's get some invocating going on.
Queen of Duck.
Should probably start using my Raise Dead at some point here. Ah well. Hit him in the rear, folks. How's this fight going? Killing their general? Actually, they are. I thought they might be able to. He only has 15 armor, right? So why not? Screw him.
Night has fallen.
Lord of the Dead.
Alright. Let's bring these guys up as reinforcements. This battle's not over, unfortunately. Still have... Although my vampire ladies are rapidly racking up the kills. 115. See, that never happened before. It's beautiful. They feel more like terrifying combat monsters that they should be, right? Like, they're vampires. They're not humans. They have superpowers. Strong and fast and shit like that. Anyway. Alright, Black Knights. Let's see what you can do. Let's hit these Graveguard in the back. Well, that unit's disintegrating. Sweet. Alright, head around the rear. If we get a full surround going, we should be in good shape. Let's pull these Vargeist back before they lose. I think their general's dead now, so that's good. Get some more mass healing going.
Very well.
With their generals dead and ours alive, we should have the advantage in any sort of grindy battle. Oh hey, they're all disintegrating. Oh, it's not as bad as all that, eh? It's not a Pyrrhic victory. Ah, get out of here. That was a beautiful victory. Look, We just lost some zombies. Who cares? All our vampires are alive. What do you want? 169 kills. It's glorious. Anyway, man, I can't get over how awesome that is. Like, you can actually do what you did in tabletop, where the units, the zombies pin them, and then the vampires rack up the kills for them. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at them all. All our vampire characters, so many kills. Pyrrhic victory, but all we lost is a bunch of zombies and skeletons. On the whole, I thought that went extremely well, considering, you know what I mean? Alright, well that should easily place Drakenhof in our hands. And with that done, we'll have our base, won't we? 'Tis glorious. Well, we could subjugate Mannfred, but I don't think I want to do that. I don't feel like he'll go for the Confederation. We need the gold right now. It's rather important. So we have a bunch of rebellions breaking out soon. Very good. Faction destroyed. Vampire counts. Well, they probably deserved it, let's be honest here. Ooh, Moonslaker. That's massively not useful. Thank you, game. Well, we begin this turn in a much more favorable position than the last. We got a turn of replenishment since their whole army was wiped out. We managed to take over the town. Mannfred's gone. We now have Drakenhof, so we have a source of gold. Obviously, Stirland is going to rebel. There's nothing that's going to stop that, but if we march over, we should be able to save it in time. Obviously, I'm going to reinstate taxes now. Look, we're almost not in the negative for money. Spatty in utter disbelief. Which gives us the opportunity to wall up Schwarzhafen as well, right? Just in case the dwarves get ideas. Our vampires leveled up. Very good. So we can improve their melee defense. Probably not a bad idea, considering it's not all that amazing. Of course, we'll be able to, in the turns to come, we can grab Immortal Will, which is a huge deal for not needing outside healing. Then you can grab the Hunger at level 8, and then grab Barded Nightmares and make their armor somewhat ridiculous. Tenacity, obviously incredibly useful for units that heal themselves that much. And then we can grab Fervor and put their weapon strength up to something exceedingly stupid. And it will be glorious! Alright, so Drakenhof has the gold mine. We don't really need the cemetery, since at this point most of our recruitment needs can be met through Raised Dead. We'll probably want to move straight into Eschen. Show these morons no mercy. What do we got for Raised Dead here? Good enough. You will do, useless fodder. No time to slow down now, right? Wipe out the garrison. There's no point in looting, there's not even any money there. That's fine. Double useless cemetery, whatever. Alright, Isabella leveled. I could give her the extra armor from the Barded Nightmare, but I feel like it would be more useful to move immediately up into Arcane Conduit. Yeah. Her Dark Retinue can do most of the fighting, of course, so... in that case, we need 4 points in here, hey? So probably the best ploy is to get Von Hilsdal's leveled up. Yeah, we'll go with that. Very good. Now what do they have left? Some feeble half-murdered armies, since they've been fighting Ostermark. That's good. As for you, Vlad, it is probably best if you head over and deal with the immediately brewing rebellion in Stirland. We'll improve your army specifically for that purpose. Okie dokie. Probably a good idea to repair Drakenhof. I can continue to live a bit off just war proceeds right now. I'll get my growth technologies coming in the next 10 turns. So I won't really need to, because I mean, vampire growth is kind of terrible. I mean, look, your baseline growth is like 15. That's not impressing anyone, right? It's kind of eh. Compared to, you know, Skaven, where you've got 100, 200 growth per turn. Talabek land is hanging out here, eating attrition and also serving Sigmar. Cool, works for me. Whatever they think's best, right? Still not much I can do with the diplomatic situation. Everyone hates me, big surprise. I can fix this situation a little bit just by doing some repairs. It'll be down to Isabella to crush the remainder of the resistance here. And then I'll probably need to start expanding my power a bit. Wiping out Ostermark might not be a bad idea. Just because they can pose a threat. And then you have a large territory here. And that synergizes really well if you like invaders from the north or east. With the defensive building that it was added in Mortal Empires, the Awakened Battlefield. So when you have a huge province like this, it's extraordinarily helpful. It slows their campaign movement speed and it increases their attrition damage taken, which the AI often eats. So certainly, those would be good buffer provinces, both Ostermark and Talabekland. And they also have, on their northern edges, province capitals. So more heavily fortified walls. Once the northern flank is secured as such, and then hopefully if the dwarves don't attack me or get killed by the greenskins, we can start moving west and fulfill Vlad's dream of becoming Vampire Emperor by taking Averland, Wissenland, and the Reichland. Alright. I believe that's all I can do this turn. Yes, I'm aware there's an imminent rebellion. Thank you, game. That's very helpful. Alright. Ending the turn. So, to start this turn, we have a dilemma. The legacy of Nagash. Nagash has been gone from the world for centuries, yet his legacy persists, and a humble warlock approaches, wishing to sell 2 artifacts said to contain the great necromancer's spirit. I can either get additional vampiric corruption or super additional vampiric corruption. Now, I'm actually inclined to pay him in this circumstance, considering our gold is no longer in the negative. And it will actually greatly improve our public order difficulties, which could let us expand faster. So in this case, it bodes well to have these thralls out there in the world hunting such miscellany down. Most will be fake, but Nagash is out there somewhere. So I'm going to pay him. Then, yes, the rebellion is raiding us. That's no surprise. We got our first tech done. We can send Vlad in. Why don't we give Vlad a potion of strength? That seems like a useful thing to have. Don't you think? I do. Still haven't got any armor drops. That kind of sucks, but what can you do, right?
Von Carstein.
Well, I can't reach him this turn, of course.
The world will be mine.
But next turn I can. In the meantime, yeah, that will start greatly improving our vampiric corruption. Same here. Well, it'll be 100, but at least it'll also pave the way here for later on, because we'll be looking at 81% corruption. So if we're planning to go into Ostermark, we're looking at an increase of 5% per turn or so. So, very nice. Very nice indeed. Meanwhile, Zufbar has actually fallen to the orcs, which bodes well for not having to fight the dwarves, because God, they're awful to fight with early game vampire armies. Hello, my good friends.
I'm the boss here.
Yes, I believe you.
Alright.
You better not betray me, bloodsuckers! Well, keeping the greenskins happy will be of great use to me, as long as they can keep the dwarfs off me. They usually tend to be less averse, because minus 50 aversion for dwarves versus only 30 with greenskins, and their armies are less annoying to fight. So all things told, I would rather have the greenskins as a neighbor than the dwarves. Even considering the defensive nature of dwarves. Their armies are just so awful to fight if they do attack you. Okay, let's see.
Cease.
So Zelig von Kruger in his last bastion of Voldemort, he's got a defensive building up. So they've got a little bit of a garrison.
Never.
He's got a vampire lord.
Such a thing is impossible.
So he can
Do
field
not mistake
maybe,
me for the fool.
what, 15, 28? A bit of a bigger army than mine. But at the same time, I've also got a lot more powerful magic and characters.
Queen of darkness.
Approach me. Acknowledge that even Nagash could not better my lore, and then we may speak.
Okay, buddy, whatever you say.
I refuse.
I mean, his army looks pretty feeble. He's got his own bunch of zombies there.
Let us talk.
I could raise another unit of zombies if I desired to.
I'd wither first. I'll have your soul.
Speak.
His lack of powerful characters should give me an edge in the fight. How many crypt horrors does he have? Just the one unit, right? Yeah, okay. And then some ghouls. And he does have a vampire as well.
Never.
I mean, I could probably win this fight. Truth be told. But it won't be easy. The extra Vargeist are nice. Does he have anything to compare with that? No Vargeist in the garrison, right? No.
No.
We'll need to take care of the crypt horrors in a hurry, for sure. My vampires should be greatly superior. Of course, they don't have Immortal Will yet. Next level.
I refuse.
Well, I might just have to bite the bullet and attack.
You need me?
Yeah, I think it's what I'll have to do. Just, you know. Well, I only have my bats. Jeez.
No. I refuse.
Could work. I could send my bats and Vargeist after their necromancer. Maybe kill him off. That removes their magic.
I thirst.
And then, yeah, I'm in a somewhat better position.
Go on.
It won't be easy. But I suppose the last battle wasn't easy either, was it?
Soul. Such a thing is impossible.
Well, maybe I'll encircle them so they can't attack, or rather can't recruit. Go from there. I'm not sure what good Strider does me. I'll move a little bit faster in bad terrain, but okay. So they've got 3 characters. Crypt horrors.
All
I wonder if I can confederate them.
It is an imbecilic thing to bother me. Others who have end up as my puppets.
Well, difficult.
kill them.
As I say, I do have somewhat faith that my characters can outfight them, but
Do not mistake me for the fool.
we'll see. I mean, the ghouls aren't that threatening to things like vampires with lots of armor either, right? So the fact that they have a lot of ghouls, they don't have any grave guard like the last fight, just makes it very difficult on me. Yeah, I think that'll have to do. Maybe I can, lure them into a fight.
Never.
Their recruitment shouldn't work
Never.
since I'm sieging them.
I refuse.
Yeah, that'll do. We'll see what happens. I suppose I should probably do it for now, but next time we'll see how the culmination of our battle for Eastern Sylvania ends up. I know I agonize a lot, but it's legendary, right? You can't go back. That's the wonder of it. There's no turning back the clock. Do or die, which is kind of fun for me. But yeah, I will see you next time.